Assalamu alaikum, who? How are you? Bismillahi. Dear President Bismillahi. Dear President Putin, all business. My prior communication to you and Dmitry Medvedev is still posted on Facebook at Letters to Russia, Office of the President, Dmitry Medvedev from WLH-MAO. New business. Thank you for your visit to Sambo 70 Center of Sports Education on March 13, 2013 at 2000 hours, in keeping with your love of the outdoors and wildlife and self-reliant individualism. Likewise, thank you for breaking the glass ceiling on women's career paths regarding your proposal of the candidacy of Elvira Nabiulina of the post for Central Bank Chairperson. Your body language in the photo of your working meeting with Director of the Federal Drug Control Service, Viktor Ivanov, on March 11, 2013 at 12:30 is worth 1,000 words explaining the on-the-table and under-the-table economy of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, aka entertainment or hypnosis, and could also apply to the field theory of physics as well. You continue to inspire. Please place the enclosed bill before the Russian Federal Assembly. Thank you. WLH/Haji MAO 2013-03-14-12-10 at 210 degrees longitude. Enclosed, a bill to establish an Arctic Ocean Defense Treaty, CCDAM BHO JRB HMR McC JGR Thunk JSRM SC JS JSRM SC, who's JS? RM, Robert Mendez, SC, Susan Collins, AK, Angus King, MM, Michael Michaud, Ban Ki-moon, Xi Jinping, SAC, AAAS, AFR, who's AFR? And the Emperor of Japan, JGR, JS. In the State Duma and the in the state, that would be Sergei Narezhin, and VM and SN should be up here. VM, not N, VM and SN. In the State Duma and the Federation Council of Russia and the Congress of the United States of America, a bill to establish an annual international meeting between the President of the United States and the President of Russia and other leaders of Arctic nations to ensure that economic development at the top of the world is not only sustainable but peaceful. And maybe there should be quotes around that, because the New York Times guy said that. Short title: A Bill to Establish an Arctic Ocean Defense Treaty. Proposed sponsors: Valentina Matvienko, Lisa Murkowski, Mark Begich. Proposed co-sponsors: Sergei Naryshkin, Susan Collins, Angus King. Whereas the constitutions of Russia and the United States require we bring order to the increasing temptations of a warming Arctic environment, Be it hereby resolved, the presidents of Russia and of the United States shall establish an annual international meeting between themselves and other leaders of Arctic nations to ensure that economic development at the top of the world is not only sustainable, but peaceful. Again, put quotes in there. And that Arctic and non-Arctic states work together to manage those resources beyond national jurisdictions on the high seas and in the deep sea. That is where the quotes get closed. And be it further resolved, said international meeting shall seek IMF participation to reappraise the assets of each IMF member upward toward the goal of increasing their SDR allotments by 15% to enable them to place 10% of their SDRs into an IMF pilot project from 2014 to 2064, applying only to the shoreline of the Arctic Ocean, regarding an eventual global IMF no-fault sea level insurance trust fund from each IMF member according to their GDP to each IMF member according to their loss of shoreline. And be it further resolved, IMF members who participate in the Arctic Ocean Pilot Project IMF no-fault sea level insurance trust fund shall be assured of a fair, safe, officiated access to the Arctic Ocean. And be it further resolved, other incentives for clean air and water and deceleration of global climate change shall be made part of the joint resolutions and treaties arising out of this international meeting and extrapolated to rainforest, coral reefs, wild habitats, and wherever else IMF members self-insure conservation and expansion of recycling capacity. And be it further resolved, self-insurance of peaceful use only of the tools of technology shall be made part of the agenda of these international meetings using the Arctic Ocean jurisdiction as a pilot project test demonstration for eventual global application, EVENTUAL, eventual global application, with each nation ensuring itself according to its GDP and defense budget via the IMF and World Bank, where the net present value of the peace dividend from such self-insurance shall be issued in SDRs by the IMF to each member and held in trust and conservatively invested to pay dividends to the member, but which will be paid as damages directly to any individuals or groups proven in both the ICC and by the UN General Assembly to have been directly harmed by non-peaceful use of technology by the member. May the one God, may the one 100% independence accept our efforts. Where am I recording this? There it is. Allah Akbar.